Did you know that subconscious blocks are the real reason that people stay stuck or repeat unwanted behaviors and feel fear or doubt or insecurity or uncertainty over and over and over again? Today, I'm going to show you how to clear your subconscious blocks for good. Now, this is a process, takes a little bit of work. You got to be willing to put the work in and understand what's stored in your subconscious mind in the first place. I find as a master of NLP and hypnotherapy, people skip this part all the time. They think, oh, I'm going to make a vision board and I'm going to do affirmations and I'm going to hope and I'm going to manifest. When the reality is they're not even identifying what's stored in their subconscious mind. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Cappi Pidwell, and I've spent the last 30 years as a master of NLP and hypnotherapy, helping busy professional people really hit their peak performance and level up to live the life and have the business that they know they're capable of. And if you've tried positive thinking and pushed through things before, I want you to hear this. That approach is often failing you because you're not addressing the subconscious mind. You're not addressing that core belief that was wired when you were a little kid. And it's old stuff. It's always old stuff. It's not a new feeling for a person. But because most people aren't teaching you how to access the subconscious, they're doing surface level training and surface level things. They're not getting to the core. And you have to understand it's underneath your thinking. It's the emotional body. It is the subconscious body. And that's where we're going to go today. So there's nothing wrong. I love that you have effort, but you want to focus and target your effort and energy in the right part of you. And because the subconscious mind is 95% of your mind, which I talk about this in a lot of my videos, and your conscious mind is only 5 to 10% of you. Well, 90 to 95% researchers say. So why aren't we being taught this? Well, I've been teaching it for 30 years now. And to really help a person get rewired, they have to be willing to do the work. They have to be coachable. But when you do the steps the way I've created them, you will get the results. Now, you need to follow my process. I call it my recipe for change. You need to follow the steps, the sequences in order of how I share them with you. I have been making programs before online programs were a thing. I have been making sessions and workbooks and ebooks, and I have a ton of stuff on my website. And one of the very first pages says, do this how it's designed in order to get the best results. Well, guess what? People get stuff and they want to do it their way or skip and try to get it the fast way and not do the steps. And they're really all very important. Now, if you appreciate me making this kind of content for you with all my years' experience to help you simplify your life, please go ahead and click that like button and leave me a comment. I appreciate it, and so does the YouTube algorithm. Let's go ahead and dive in. The reason I write ebooks or coach a client or do an intake is to really hear them and find out what they believe. So that's where you want to start. Step one is, what do you believe about fill in the blank? Relationships, money, your body, your experience, your age. I don't care what it is, because you have a belief about everything. But if you don't know what you hold about it and you're stuck to it and you're committed to the belief, well, I believe it's this way, or I can only do things this way because your belief is so strong, then it's hard to make a change if the belief isn't in alignment with the outcome you want. Because remember, your subconscious is 90% of you. So our beliefs get hardwired in us very early in life, right? Your brain, your eyes, your ears were like a little video recorder when you were a kid, just taking in all that data from everybody around you. So you inherited their belief system. But you weren't even conscious enough to know that if the belief was positive or negative about you. You just said, okay, that's what I'm being taught. I believe that. That's the way life is. No, you're not a little kid anymore. Back then, you had to believe that because you're in a community or in a family or a dynamic where that was the belief system. So when people hang on to these outdated beliefs, they end up just sabotaging themselves, frustrated, staying stuck, living in fear, under earning, under living, not creating the relationships they want, what have you. So number one is, if it's money, what do I believe about money? If it's weight loss, what do I believe about my body? That's step one, identify the belief. Then the second thing, after you're very real with yourself, right? The second step is, what would you prefer to believe? How would you like to feel instead of believing I'm this age or I'm this weight? Because I'm this age, my body can't change. Because I'm this way, I can't do it different. It's keeping you stuck. So I'm going to make a side note here. I just have to say this because I get all these emails. I don't know why people don't leave stuff in the comments. Put the comments here. Don't email me. But all these people email me. And somebody asked me the other day in an email, Cappi, is that your real hair? Cappi, is that da-da-da? Like, they ask me all these funny questions and not leaving them in the comments. Like I said, getting an email. But yes, it's my real hair. And I want to mention, since I've been doing this for 30 years, my physical age, I am 62 years old. And most people don't think that's my age or my real hair. I want to say that because I'm not attached to the physical number predicting how my body lives. It's powerful stuff. So, okay, getting back to your steps. The next thing is, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel proud? Do you want to feel confident? Do you want to feel successful? You have to practice like an actor. They don't get a script and read it once and just nail it, right? They got to practice. They got to rehearse the new role. They got to step into the dynamic. You got to do that. You got to identify what you've been holding and understand that that belief probably isn't serving the person you want to become. So who would the new identity be for you with a new belief? Would you believe that you are amazing? Would you believe that everything you touch turned to gold? What would you believe? Here's the beauty of being an adult. You get to change your belief system. But when you're so stuck or stagnant that it has to be aware, it feels this way for you. Yeah, because you've practiced it for so many years. So you do have to practice it. So the third step is absolutely, definitely listening to a subconscious session. It's how I rewire people. I have a short sample on here. I'll put it at the end of this video, but you've got to do it every day. You don't just do it 10 minutes in the day and go out into the world and be like, beliefs are this, or I believe this. You practice. So let's say the belief is to make more money and you feel rich and wealthy and worthy and valuable and all these things. And you go into the store and you pick something up and then you start thinking or saying to yourself, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. I don't have the money. You're meditating. Okay. So you don't just meditate when your eyes are closed. What energy are you putting on everything? Through your internal conversations, through your thoughts. So this belief shift, start with the belief, then start paying attention to your conscious thoughts. You could even come home and write down your 5 common thoughts about money. I bet they'll surprise you. I know for me, when I started doing this work, it was there wasn't enough money because that's all I heard my whole life growing up. So that became a belief. I had to rewire that. Trust me, there's plenty of money out there. But if you walk around living in lack, you will not align with those opportunities. So those are the steps. The session really is critical. So I have some programs on my website you can go check out. Or if you're looking for a great coach, I do have a few spots available on my calendar. Book a Zoom call with me. We'll have a chat, see if you're the right fit for coaching with me. It is for business owners, entrepreneurs, or sales professionals that want to hit their peak performance. I'd be happy to chat with you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.